Your first step is going to be to draw a pattern on side one of the triangle templates that are in your kit. Once you've drawn that pattern on there, then you can cut out that very first triangle. Your pattern can look like anything you want, so be creative. You don't have to copy what I've done, but do whatever you like, and then you can cut out your template. Once your template is cut out, now you're going to trace side one onto side one of the second triangle template. And once you've traced that side one to side one, you're going to take your cutout and you're going to rotate it 60 degrees right on the corner angle, so that what you have is the triangle. You've got a rotation there, and now you're going to trace the exact same pattern that you used for side one. Now you're going to trace it for side two. So we've got some rotational symmetry on side one and side two of your triangle. Now, this second part of the third side is a little bit tricky. You need to just draw a pattern to the halfway point. So don't draw anything past the halfway point of the third side. You'll see that it's marked with pattern A and B. And then you can cut that second template out. Now with your final third triangle, you're going to match up everything you've done so far and trace that shape onto it. And then we're going to show you how to do the rotational symmetry for that very last side so that it's symmetrical with itself. And then watch the 180-degree rotation that's going to happen with your template. You'll take your template, rotate it 180 degrees, and then you're going to see that it will line up, and you're going to draw that pattern on the second half of your last side of the triangle. Now you're going to have your perfect tessellation, and you'll be able to transfer it to your grid once you cut it out. Okay, so it's all traced out. Now all you have to do is cut that out. And this is the pattern that you're going to use for your tessellation. And you should have a grid in your kit that you can use that should match up with the same size triangle. Are you noticing any patterns that are coming out of your tessellation? There should be something that's popping out on you. If you don't want to see the grid when you're transferring your tessellation pattern, if you don't want to see the grid lines, you can tape a blank piece of paper that's the same size over top, and you should still be able to see your grid lines underneath, and then that way you'll still be matching them up properly. If you can't see your grid lines underneath when you tape a piece of paper over top, then you could go over the grid lines on the grid that I gave you in your kit and make them darker so that you can see it through a second piece of paper. So take your time lining up the sides and the lines so that your whole so that your tessellation rotates properly through there, so that it tessellates properly. And when you're all finished, you should be able to put some designs in there. Now, one thing I really do want you to notice is that I used pens for this. Please don't use pens. Use pencil.